During one of our women's softball games, there were a couple younger girls sitting in the dugout with us, and they had a small puppy that they were totally focused on, but they weren't focused on what was going on around them. Suddenly, the person beside of me started yelling, "Head, head, head," in order to get their attention. She saw that the ball was heading straight towards them. The trajectory that the foul ball was on looked as though it was about to go over the protective fence set up in front of us and might hit them. But the girls, they had no idea. They were so focused on the puppy. The ball stopped short, but it was a very close call. Have you ever been in a situation where there was a close call, but someone or something got your attention and it made all the difference? The danger was real, but because of the warning, you, your family, or your child were kept safe. In this chapter, we see that there is a lot at stake for danger or things to go very wrong, but God's rescue comes first. If you're like me, when you first read it, you want to focus on where Abraham went wrong and his mistakes, but this passage is about so much more than that. It's about how God steps in order to protect and fulfill his promise. Yes, Abraham tells King Abimelech that Sarah is his sister, not his wife, and yes, this could have set them on a trajectory headed away from God's plans and purposes. It could have gone very, very badly. But instead of focusing on what Abraham and Sarah did out of fear, let's focus on how God showed up and saved the day. God protected Sarah. Before anything could happen, God warned Abimelech in a dream. God upheld his promise. Sarah was meant to bear the son God promised through Abraham's descendants that would be born, through whom all nations would be blessed. Nothing was to get in the way of this promise and God's plans. Not even their poor choices. God showed mercy to Abimelech. Through the dream, God revealed that he knew Abimelech was innocent, and that's why he kept him from the sin. God restores and heals Abimelech's household, and God's blessing is poured out on Abimelech and his family, allowing them to have children of their own. Because Abimelech was obedient and chose to heed God's warning, he and his family are blessed through Abraham's prayer. Do you remember the part of the promise given to Abraham in chapter 12? I will bless those who bless you and curse those who treat you with contempt. All families on earth will be blessed through you. We see that God is fulfilling his promise in part already to Abraham, even before Isaac was born. But this was only able to happen because God stepped in. See, God stepped in to protect, to correct, and to keep his promise. Where in your life do you need to heed God's warning? Are you headed in the wrong direction? Does the trajectory that you're on have potential for danger? Allow God to step in so that he can protect, correct, and keep his promises to you too.